Peace, family. So I need to plant my potatoes, which means that I needed some bone meal, and I also needed to can bone broth. And those two things go together when you're a homesteader. So I just pulled my bones out of the oven. This is from the bone broth. So I had my bone broth in my crock pot for 24 hours, low and slow. And then I put it in the refrigerator. And so it's actually been in there for 2 days, which is fine. I wouldn't leave it more than like 3-4 days before canning. But I put it in the fridge. And I am just going to scoop off the fat that accumulated at the top. I'm going to heat this up and jar and can my broth. So I'm excited. So I just decided to freeze these. I forgot to look at my notes, and I'm pretty sure that I have a note that tells me that one batch of like crock pot broth equals this much. So I need to do at least 2 batches to do 6 quarts. And you want to have a full canner. Like, you want to have a full canner. You don't want to do all this work and, put all this time in making sure everything is clean and sterile and going through all the steps. And you only have 3 jars in there. Also, it's safer. It's better. I think the minimum for quarts is 4. And then the minimum for pints might be 4 as well. Basically, you don't want to put 2 quarts in your canner. They'll shake around a lot more. So I think I'm going to let these cool down, and I'm going to pour them into quartz bags, and I'm going to put them in the freezer for easy use. And then, only because I need to retighten my hair this week, me and my husband are taking pictures, and I don't want to do another batch. Otherwise, I would have, as soon as I put these in the fridge, which is what I'm going to do next time, I'm recording. I still have a bunch of chicken bones and a bunch of food scraps in my freezer to make broth. So these will go in the freezer for easy use. Next time what I'll do is I will put my broth on low and slow for 24 hours. And when I put that one in the fridge overnight, I'll start another one. That way I can pull them both out of the fridge like on the 3rd day. And I'll be able to can at least 6 jars of broth. And if you're asking, can she just do pints? I can, but I've asked the other cooks in my house what they prefer, and they prefer quarts. And so I wanted to do quarts first, and then I might just go ahead and do a batch. I can definitely get a full canner of pints of broth with one sitting. So my daughter is cooking today. I'm just going to leave this stuff to kind of cool down. I turned my canner off and everything, and I just reevaluated, and that's a part of homesteading. So that works for me, and I will see you guys later. I've got to go crush up these bones and plant some potatoes. Peace. Peace, family. I don't even want to tell y'all how long it's been since I thought I started this video, but I have not planted my potatoes yet. Look at this. I guess it's a good thing. Maybe the potatoes started on their own. So I'm going to plant, it's just 2 little seed potatoes in here. They both chitted. This one is long, looking for some love. And then I'm going to plant these like shallow to start the slips. Those are my sweet potatoes. And then I can show you guys inside. I do have slips for the purple sweet potatoes that I grew last year, but I wanted to try to grow these as well. So I'm going to put these little purple ones into that pot where the seedlings died. It has some good soil already, and I'm in the middle of cutting the grass. But we have an electric lawnmower, which I don't like. I'd rather a gas one. And it died on me, so I'm waiting for it to get more juice. So I think I'm going to scoop some of this soil out just so that I can bury probably some comfrey, a little more rabbit poop, and so that I can plant my potatoes kind of deep, a little bit deep, but just so you guys can see. There's a worm right there. Oh, I don't know if y'all can see his little head popping out. I don't want to disturb him too much, but as you can see, there's a little piece of rabbit poo right there. So this this pot was put together nicely. There's not a lot I need to do, and I'm not gonna dig super deep into it because I don't want to disturb what may already be happening towards the bottom. I'm just digging basically this much that I'm softening up. I'm gonna take it out, mix in a little bit more cocoa coir. I'll show y'all my bone meal. So this is my bone meal. I just keep it in this jar. I smashed it with a hammer this time, but you can also like powder it in a blender. So I'm gonna just mix some of this in and plant the potatoes in there. Okay, my bad, y'all. My daddy called, but I tried to get to a stopping point before I finished. So they're in there. There's one right here and one right here. And then I noticed when I was digging in here, I was like mixing my rabbit poo and my bone meal. I found this little potato. So I'm still gonna leave him in there. I don't know if he's gonna re-sprout or anything, but I have my mixture here. I really just added bone meal and some more cocoa coir and perlite so it's nice and fluffy. And I'm just gonna pour it on top. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This one is still sticking out a little bit, but I did bury it a bunch. I am going to water this in, and then once they start growing a little bit, I will cover it up with the leaves, my little mulch. I have some other potatoes that I want to plant, but I need to cut them and let them, I guess, like harden off kind of before I plant them, and I haven't done that. Oh, but let me show you the sweet potatoes. These are how I'm gonna do the sweet potatoes. They're just sitting in here. This is nicely watered, so they should sprout soon, and I will show y'all when they do. Peace. I forgot to mention that I still have more bone meal. And it's not just good for potatoes, it's good for root growth. So everybody needs root growth. You can sprinkle your bone meal all throughout your garden. All of your plants will appreciate you for it. I just try to do a little extra and put it in there fresh when I'm planting root crops, potatoes, carrots, and stuff like that. So make your own bone broth and then make your own bone meal and plant your potatoes. Now I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. Okay, family, so to be honest with y'all, these red potatoes sprouted in my pantry. So I'm gonna plant them in a grow bag. I don't know if that's too many for one spot, but they may not all grow, or maybe none of them will grow. But they're gonna sit next to this purple potato, which already has started sprouting since I planted it. Looks great. I'm excited. And I've been using my bone meal all in the garden, but especially in my potatoes and planting root veggies like beets and stuff. So I wanted to share that with you guys, that the kitchen and the garden are super connected. Peace.